We've all seen them, right? The video, these audacious claims that just flood your feed.
Oh, yeah.
People making thousands of dollars
Right.
every single month. And it's passive income, supposedly, using AI to run these like fully automated drop shipping stores.
They promise you the world, $500 a day with, minimal effort.
For almost nothing to start. It sounds less like a business model and more like a fever dream, honestly.
It absolutely sounds too good to be true. And that skepticism, that's exactly why we went digging for some actual, hard evidence.
Okay.
So our mission today is a deep dive. We're looking at an experiment that put these claims to the test rigorously. We're going to unpack the exact step-by-step process they used.
And see if it actually made money.
And, crucially, see if it could generate real, verifiable profit in a very, very short amount of time.
Okay, so what gives this particular investigation its teeth are these 3 rules they set out. And they were, like, non-negotiable.
Right, they were hard constraints.
Exactly. They were designed to replicate the lowest possible barrier to entry. So rule number 1, use free AI tools whenever you can and keep the total initial setup cost, get this, under $1.
$1? That's an extremely tight budget. It immediately cuts out most of the paid software, the premium theme.
Gone. Okay, rule number 2, everything, from picking the products to designing the store, all of it had to be done from a standard laptop, no fancy setup.
Right.
And rule 3, the initial setup, just getting it ready to take that first order, had to be done in less than 1 hour. So this isn't just about profit, it's about speed and accessibility.
And at its heart, what they're testing is AI-enhanced dropshipping. I mean, just to remind everyone, dropshipping is where you sell products without ever holding inventory yourself.
You're just the middleman.
Exactly.
Right.
The AI builds the store on Shopify, the customer buys something, and the product ships directly from the supplier to them. You just pocket the difference. Theoretically, it's passive profit once that automated stack is in place.
Okay, let's unpack it. The 1-hour clock starts now. First move was picking the core AI tool, the one to do all the heavy lifting. They chose a builder that promised to automate, well, everything.
But even before that, before they got into the nuts and bolts, they hit the single most crucial decision: niche selection.
Yes.
It's so tempting for someone just starting out to pick something they love, but the goal here was profit, pure scale. They needed a category they knew had a massive active market.
Which led them to sport and fitness.
It did. And what I found so interesting wasn't just that they chose fitness, but why? The context behind it.
Go on.
They pointed to these sociological observations about younger people, Gen Z specifically. They're increasingly meeting up at running clubs, hiking groups, not nightclubs.
That's a fantastic insight.
Isn't it? It suggests this major shift in where social spending is going. Fitness isn't just a category anymore, it's a huge, growing social hub. And if that's where people are hanging out, they're probably spending money on gear.
But does that kind of trend risk being, a short-term fad? If everyone's at running clubs today, what about next year?
That's the beauty of it. They chose fitness as a whole, not just running. It's broad. So the AI stack lets them pivot instantly. If running fades, they can switch to yoga mats or hiking gear tomorrow. They're targeting the performance mindset, not one single product.
It's very smart.
Okay,
so niche is locked in. Then came the look of the store, the customization. They focused entirely on the banner images.
that first impression, it's so important.
Right. And the banners had to be universal. They had to appeal to both men and women. And this is key. They couldn't feature specific products.
Yeah.
Because if your banner shows a protein shaker and a customer can't find it.
You've lost them. Instant confusion, and it breaks trust immediately.
Exactly. So the goal was this broad, professional legitimacy. A tone that just says, we sell high-quality performance gear, without being too specific.
So moving into the automation stack, and this is where we find out if that sub $1 budget was actually, realistic.
I'm skeptical.
Well, the foundation was a free trial for Shopify. They went with the basic plan, which is pretty popular for solo entrepreneurs.
Okay, but what about the budget? A Shopify plan costs money.
It does, but here's the crucial detail. The rule was about the $1 initial outlay. They used the free trial, so they didn't pay that Shopify fee yet. The only thing they had to spend money on right then was the automation tool.
So that's the key distinction. The barrier to entry was basically zero if you time the trials right.
Precisely. So once Shopify was active, they moved to step 3, product sourcing. And this is where they brought in a tool called AutoDS.
Why was that tool so important?
Because it solves the biggest headaches in dropshipping. It finds products that are proven sellers, it helps you set the right price, it sources professional photos, and this is the big one, it manages all the shipping logistics for you automatically after a sale.
So why not use a free tool? That 99 cents was their whole budget. Was it really essential?
It was, if they wanted to prove the passive income claim. They picked the Starter 500 plan. It costs 99 cents for the first 30 days, paid via PayPal. And the reason is the totally free alternatives just didn't have the automation. They needed that instant product importing, the automated price monitoring.
All the stuff that makes it hands-off.
Exactly. So that single 99-cent transaction, that was it. They had 1 cent left in the budget. It proved the low-cost barrier was real.
So after spending 99 cents, the setup is done. What did this thing actually look like, this AI-generated store?
The initial review was, surprisingly, really strong. The experimenter's quote was, "A lot better than I thought." The AI put in the banners, it automatically created navigation buttons, links to new arrivals and things like that. It didn't look like a chip template.
It looked functional.
It looked like a legitimate storefront, yeah.
Okay, let's talk products. What did AutoDS spit out as the first winning products for this store?
They were very focused on performance. The first one was called a breathing trainer. It's a little device that restricts your oxygen intake.
Oh, like high-altitude training.
Exactly. It's meant to improve lung capacity. Very niche, very focused on serious athletes.
Okay.
Then there were golf club clips. They're designed to stop your clubs from rattling around in your bag and damaging the expensive carbon shafts.
Wait, a breathing trainer and golf clips? That seems all over the place. Isn't that confusing for a customer?
That's an excellent point about product synergy. But if you look a little closer, they both appeal to the same type of person.
The serious athlete.
The serious, performance-focused athlete. The person willing to spend a bit extra to protect their gear or maximize their training. It's a psychological niche, you know. Premium athletic dedication, not just a product category.
Makes sense. Let's look at the money. Those golf club clips? Cost was $6.84. What's the target sale price on something like that to make it worthwhile?
So typically, drop shippers aim for 2 to 2.5 times the cost. For that $6.84 cost, you'd want to sell it for around $13.68.
Which gives you a clean profit of $6.84 per sale before marketing.
Right. Not a huge amount on one unit, but that's the margin that lets you scale up really fast.
And this is where the AI really flexes its muscles, I assume.
This is where it saves hundreds of hours. AutoDS didn't just list the product name, it pulled in professional, high-quality photos from every angle. It wrote the entire product description.
With keywords and emojis and all that.
Yeah, all the modern stuff. And, crucially, the boring but necessary details.
The legal pages.
Yes, it set up all the required legal pages in the footer. The shipping policies, returns, terms, and conditions. All you had to do was drop in the store's contact info. Those are the things that build instant trust, and it was all done automatically.
Okay, but it wasn't completely zero effort. There was one manual tweak they had to make. The domain name.
Right. The default was just a random jumble of characters. We've all seen those. It looks like a cat walked on the keyboard. You can't build a brand on that. So they made a strategic move. They got a proper branded domain, Tilbury Fitness. But they didn't even get a traditional .com. They opted for a specialized .store domain.
Now, does that really matter? Especially if you're just trying to make quick sales. I mean, a domain is just a domain, isn't it?
It matters a lot more than you'd think. And this is a huge aha moment. Studies show that websites using a .store domain, which immediately signals this is a shop.
It sets the expectation.
It does. They get 87% more traffic, and they rank 2 times higher on Google compared to standard domains that don't immediately tell you what they are.
Wow. So that small, often cheaper domain choice gave them an immediate SEO and trust advantage.
It was an incredible bit of low-cost strategy. So now the store is built, it's branded, it's stocked. It was time for the real test, with real money.
The promotion. And it had to be just as efficient. They decided to copy the playbook of huge fitness brands like Gymshark.
Which is all about influencers, but obviously they couldn't afford the big names.
Right, so they went the micro-influencer route.
Exactly. We're talking about accounts with, say, 10,000 to 50,000 followers. They completely bypassed the macro influencers with 500,000 followers or more.
Why is that distinction so important for a brand new store?
It really all comes down to trust and engagement. You know, a macro influencer might be selling 5 different things in a week, and it dilutes their authenticity.
It feels like an ad.
It does. But micro-influencers, their audience is smaller, and they're generally seen as true experts in their niche, so there's a much higher level of trust.
Yeah.
The stats are actually stunning. Micro-influencers get up to a 60% increased engagement rate.
Engagement is great, but you need conversions. You need sales.
And that's the kicker. They also have a 20% or higher conversion rate. They deliver sales, not just eyeballs. So more engagement, better conversions for less money. It's exactly what a startup needs.
So the execution. They paid an account called the Grace Brothers, 145,000 followers, so high-end micro-influencer, $50. $50 to post a story link.
And they promoted just one product, that breathing trainer.
Smart. Very focused.
But before that $50 went out the door, there was one more vital step: risk mitigation. They had to check the product quality.
They ordered samples. Yes. A lot of people skip that.
And it can kill your reputation. So the items arrived. The breathing trainer was described as built to last, and the golf clips were apparently better quality than the ones the experimenter already owned.
Okay, so the store's legit, the product's good, marketing's targeted. What happened in the 24 hours after that $50 story went live?
The results were immediate, and they were conclusive. The store sold a total of 12 breathing trainers.
12.
Now, they made 2 of those purchases themselves just to test the checkout process, so that leaves 10 genuine sales in a 24-hour period.
10 sales in one day from one story post. Okay, let's do the math. What's the actual profit?
So the gross revenue from those 10 sales, they were priced at £13.42 each. That comes to about $177.85 USD.
Okay, now the costs. Product and shipping was $3.95 an item, so that's $39.50.
Correct. Then you add the $50 influencer fee. That was the entire marketing budget. And because the 24 hours just happened to cross over the end of the free trial, you have to factor in the $1 Shopify fee.
So total costs, $90.50.
$90.50.
Which means in a single day, from a store that cost $1 to set up, the net profit was $87.35.
It's an undeniable, verifiable success. They took a store that cost 99 cents to launch, took less than an hour of their time, and generated a positive ROI almost immediately from a single $50 marketing spend.
The key takeaways for you, the learner here, seem crystal clear. First, the AI tools for handling all that boring but necessary stuff, descriptions, photos, legal pages, it's real. It works.
And the choice of micro-influencers that delivered the high conversions they needed, all because of that trust factor we talked about.
And that tiny technical detail, choosing the .store domain, gave them a measurable advantage. It proves that those small choices you make at the very beginning can have a huge impact.
Oh, huge impact on your outcome, yeah.
So here's where it gets really interesting for me. If a single $50 marketing spend, selling just one product, can bring in nearly $90 in profit in one day, what does this experiment tell us about the future of, low-barrier entrepreneurship? The initial claims promise thousands of dollars a month. So if the next step is to automate 20 products, set up automated email campaigns, and repeat that $50 spend on 5 different micro-influencers, how quickly could you actually scale this AI model to hit those numbers? That $87 earned in under 24 hours, it really hints at those audacious claims. They might just be within reach for anyone with 99 cents in an hour of their time.